Naked and Afraid Apocalypse Episode 5 is a wild, nerve-wracking, and emotional chapter that pushes the survivalists to their absolute limits. The episode opens with eerie music and the aftermath of 3 nights of relentless rain, leaving the landscape flooded and the team's shelters underwater. Teal and Waz wake up to find their fishing pole gone and their hunting blind submerged, realizing the environment has changed drastically. The waterhole that once attracted animals is now just one of many, making hunting even harder. The rain has devastated the area, and the survivalists are feeling the effects. Alexa, Stephen, and Frank are exposed without a roof on their boma, hunkered down and shivering, trying to avoid hypothermia. Alexa admits she can suffer, but she's only human, and the team rallies around her, promising to stick together to the very end. Stephen feels responsible for Alexa's suffering, blaming himself for not building a better shelter. The emotional toll is heavy, and the group's mental health is tested as hope seems to fade. Frank decides to hunt catfish, explaining how these fish survive the dry season by burrowing into the mud and emerging when the rains come. After a tense search, Frank finally lands a big catfish with his bow, bringing much needed protein to the team. Alexa is grateful for her skilled teammates, and the group enjoys a rare moment of joy as they cook and eat the fresh catch. Nature gives them a small blessing, resetting their spirits after days of misery. Meanwhile, Wes and Steve face their own challenges. The nonstop rain has ruined their hunting opportunities, and they're forced to pick through animal droppings for food. But a strange discovery brings an unexpected bounty, and their shelter, now smelling of meat, is bomb-proof and dry. Wes feels energized and ready to process the last bit of meat for a stew, but a horrifying smell from a piece of meat forces them to throw it out, worried about attracting predators like hyenas and lions. Joe is stalked by an aggressive elephant, unable to hunt and feeling the weight of the challenge. The elephant marks its territory near Joe's shelter, and Joe builds a ladder to escape if the animal attacks. The process is exhausting, and Joe spends precious calories trying to free a telephone pole to use as a ladder. He's forced to stop, realizing he must conserve energy to survive. The episode's tension peaks with a terrifying lion attack. Wes and Steve hear growling and banging outside their shelter, and the metal sheets rattle as the lion tries to break in. The team scrambles to secure the doors, and the adrenaline rush leaves them shaken. Wes, a veteran survivalist, admits he's never seen anything like this, calling it a wake-up call. The group sets up an alarm system with cans and rocks to warn them of future attacks, knowing that safety is now their top priority. The rain finally stops, and the sun comes out, lifting everyone's spirits. The teams focus on rebuilding their shelters and hunting for food. Frank sets guinea snares, and Alexa and Stephen secure the shelter with wires and green foliage. The group learns the importance of trial and error, realizing that using man-made materials can be both a blessing and a curse. Joe creates a perimeter alarm system using barbed wire and bullet casings, hoping to get early warning if the elephant returns. He's exhausted and lightheaded, struggling to balance the need for food with the risk of overexertion. Joe builds a makeshift fishing reel from a ceramic insulator and thorn hook, determined to catch something to eat. He uses a scorpion as bait, hoping to attract a starving catfish. Teal steps up as the team's hunter, practicing with the bow and arrow and finally getting her chance to provide for Waz and herself. She spends hours in the blind, waiting for the perfect shot. When a group of animals approaches, Teal misses her first shot and is devastated. But she doesn't give up, and soon after, she spots a juvenile duiker and lands a perfect shot. The emotional moment brings tears as Teal reflects on the difficulty of taking a life for survival, but she knows it's necessary to keep the team alive. The teams bond over their struggles, sharing scorpion shish kebabs and celebrating small victories. Frank and Alexa dig up scorpions for protein, learning that these arachnids have more protein per weight than any mammal or bird. The group feasts on scorpions, grateful for anything to eat. Joe finally catches a terrapin in his trap, providing a good amount of meat and boosting his confidence. He cooks the terrapin and enjoys a rare moment of satisfaction, knowing that every little bit of protein helps him survive another day. The episode is filled with close calls and dangerous encounters. Wes and Steve spot a black mamba in their shelter, one of the deadliest snakes in the world. They throw burning ash to deter the snake, knowing that a bite could be fatal in minutes. The experience rattles Wes, who admits he's on the edge and questions whether he'll ever see his family again. As the teams rebuild their shelters and hunt for food, they reflect on the importance of teamwork, resilience, and respect for nature. Teal and Waz process the duiker, turning the meat into jerky and cooking fresh strips. They feel proud of their hard work and grateful for the food, knowing they have a safety net to carry them through the rest of the challenge. The episode ends with the teams facing another night of uncertainty, listening to the wind and animal noises outside their shelters. Teal and Waz hear growling and thuds, convinced a lion is nearby. The fear is real, but the group remains determined to survive, relying on each other and their skills to make it through the apocalypse. Naked and Afraid Apocalypse Episode 5 is a masterclass in survival, blending raw emotion, intense danger, and the triumph of the human spirit. The writing is sharp, the editing is tight, and the cast is as real as it gets. Fans of the series will find plenty to love in this episode, from the lion attack to the black mamba scare and the hunt that saved the team. As the season continues, viewers will be eager to see which survivalists will outlast the apocalypse, who will overcome the deadly terrain, and how the teams will adapt to new challenges. Will Joe's traps yield more food? Can Teal and Waz keep hunting successfully? Will Wes and Steve avoid another deadly encounter? The answers lie in the episodes to come. But for now, Episode 5 offers a compelling and unforgettable glimpse into the world of Naked and Afraid Apocalypse.